All right. The Miss Portharcourt City Vintage Edition. What was the experience like?
Oh wow.
That's the real.
It was splendid.
It was.
It was a dream come true.
Okay.
As a kid, I loved modeling so much. I'd always tell my mom, I'm a princess.
Okay.
And I would always tell her, I had a dream, I had a tiara on my head, I had a crown. She'd be like, I'll still be my spirit.
No.
You know? And she'd be like, just pray about it. Whatever God will is in your life will come true. You know, as a mother, she was very supportive. So, when I got visually impaired, at first I was like, how am I going to fulfill this big dream? You know, I never knew what to do. I was so confused.
No.
But one day I was doing my usual. I always do research. I was like, wait, is it possible for a blind person to contest in a pageant? I sat down for a while. I was like, why can't anybody do this? I mean, this is huge. This is historic. If people understand the impact this will bring, not just for that person or the organization, but for a country. It is a standout, you know? So I went on YouTube and I typed blind person contesting in a beauty pageant. Nothing popped out. I was like, that's strange. So I was like, they say Google knows it all. So I went to Google and I typed, has anyone contested in a beauty pageant before? And the first thing that popped out was a CNN cover of a 18-year-old, or was it 19-year-old, from the United States, Florida, per se. And her name is Karina Brez. She happens to be the first ever visually impaired person to contest in a beauty pageant. And I was shocked. I was like, whoa. So
somebody beat you to it.
So I was like, okay, let me read more about this. And when I read her story, I think I didn't read more about her family, but I know her mom was just like my mom, very supportive. I was like, this is somehow like my story. But her impairment is so bad that the eye disease she got was something more, will I say, disturbing and so severe that her mom went through a lot and is still standing. I was like, hey, come on, if she can do this, then I can do better. You know, I got so inspired. I was like, you're my role model. I did more research and I saw a cover at New York City where there were blind women contesting for a runway show. I was like, people are doing this in the US. Let's see what Nigeria has. When I checked, it was zero. Nothing. I was like, no, this ain't good. I checked Africa. No record either. I was like, okay, how about I become that wall breaker as the first ever. Just like Abani Derigo broke their record as Miss World. I was like, if she can do it, I can do it even better. I told my mom was like, you have come again.
I know.
She was like, you always want to do everything.
I know.
Madam lawyer, madam journalist. No, it is queen. Okay, may God be with you. I was like, you see. I started doing my research on what pageant to join. I was confused and also being careful because you don't want to be at the wrong hand. I tried the first one. I got scammed. My mom was like, I told you so. And then I kept that face of, I know. But I was like, I'm not going to stop either. And then I've been hearing this whole advert of the Miss Portharcourt City pageant. I was like, should I join?
Try.
And this time I was like, I will join. It was already late when I called. They said, all forms are closed, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, but this is my big dream. And she was like, how old are you? The lady I was talking to, I told her I'm 20 years old. I'm visually impaired. This has been my big dream. She was like, you are visually impaired? And you want to contest? I was like, yes. She was like, can you operate your phone? I said, yes. Can you walk? I was like, around places that I know, yes. If it's a place I don't know, I need to take time and get used to the place. She was like, okay, I'll sell you the phone. I registered. I got into the pageant, the voting started. My mom was like, yo, no. As time went by, she was like, this girl is actually
It's
putting in.
getting serious.
No. I have to support my daughter.
Mm.
And my mom came out full time. She put in
trust.
all her effort, finance, and I passed that stage. I was like, oh my God, I was shortlisted as one of the finalists. I was everywhere, jumping up and down. And then time for camping, my mom was like, how will you cope?
I know.
You know, in the midst of all those girls I can see, and we all know how girls can be.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, my daughter, well, may the good Lord who has started from the beginning till this day be with you. Go and shine.
Amen.
And I was like, Mom, I'm going to make you proud. I went, first day I was so excited. My roommate was the best. I pray she's listening to me. I want to say I love her so much. She was so supportive. She was like a sister, a mother, everything. You know, she never let me feel like you're alone here.
Yeah.
You know, she made me understand, despite we can see, trust me, you are at a better advantage than we are. You have more than what you think you have. Just keep pushing. You don't know what's in front. And I kept on pushing till the last day. The night breaking that grand finale, I was a bit nervous because I was like, wow, I've come this far. I don't want my mother's beautiful effort to go down. She has done so much, and it would be too sad to see that I'm going back home with nothing. I came out with so much courage. I don't want this message I want to pass. I want that little girl out there who's saying, I have this dream, but don't have what it takes to be there. To tell herself, I have more than what the world thinks I have to be there. You know, so my friend was like, if you are nervous, what do you want us to do? Because we are shocked you're still here. Every interview, you have been top notch. You didn't shake, you talk like, who is there? You're not, I don't care, I'm talking. I just want to express myself. You don't shake. During the prejudgment, we're thinking you'll be nervous, but you did not do that. You spoke like you were ready for this, you were born for this. So why shake now? The stage is yours. Go there and rock it. Just have fun. When that day came, we're doing the rehearsals, I was already feeling down because the whole stress was on me. I was like, whew. But when I saw my mother, she was so excited. When they told my mom was here, she hugged me and kissed me. It felt like I felt this pop. Thank you. I felt this energy from my feet to my head. I was like, it's showtime. I'm going to show the world that I am Favour, but not the regular Favour. I'm a different girl, ready to make history. I got on that stage. I was like, I don't care if I bump into anything. I am bumping my way through. But that crown will be mine tonight. And when the questioning time came, I saw many girls backstage. What do you think the questions will be? You know, everybody was smiling. I just told God, you've been there from the beginning. I know you're still with me. Speak through me as always and make me stand out. I want my mother to cry tears of joy, not tears of pain. I got on stage and they asked a question. I laughed. I was like, piece of cake. And I flinged out the answer and I was like, is that all you got? Bring more. You know, it was just amazing. But I would like to say thank you to the organization for taking good care of me. It felt like I was in another home. You know, I told my mom we were secured and loved. From my chaperone to everyone, they were just terrific. Yeah.
Wow. Oh. Welcome back. I know that it's been an emotional one, so we all needed that break of commercial. Favour.
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
I say, can I be right if I say that because you have read so much, you know, you have quite a bank of knowledge that it helped you scale through the contest? Did knowledge from books, from all the kind of research that you've been doing, did it contribute in any way?
Well, yes, it did to a great extent, because I don't know anything about pageants or what they do. I just know the show by when the girls come out and do what they do. But I had to go deeper and research so I don't fumble, you know, or be a novice.
Okay, so going forward, your plans. We are rounding up.
Yeah.
Going forward, your plans. You still want to attend a journalism institute. There's one in Port Harcourt. I don't know whether you are aware of it.
Yes, I am.
Okay, IIJ. And then, so what you do for a living now is voiceovers.
Yes.
Can you say that? You are I read somewhere that you are an aspiring OAP.
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, where have you looked? Where are you? What's in your sight? What's in your plan as regards that?
Well, I plan on getting an admission to a journalism institution. So I just run a 2-year program, 2 years program, and get my papers. So I'm, you know, certified and ready to go into the whole business of journalism and become my big dream as an OAP. Yeah.
All right, now what? So you have so much. You have so much. What are your plans to give back? When I mean so much, I don't mean financial. You have a great spirit, a very great spirit. So, what are you giving back? In what area?
Well, as Miss Portharcourt City Humanity, like I said before, I do have passion for humans, or rather people. And I have seen that our society goes through so much. And my greatest joy would be to help those with physical disability rather, and also to empower the youths of Port Harcourt City. I'm going to start by providing, you know, reaching out to organizations that can help partner or sponsor this project, where I'm going to provide materials for people with physical disability in terms of their education, like the Braille, MacBook, stylus, and guide canes, which they make use of. And it's so difficult for them to get reach to. Even me, during my time, it was quite hectic. It took a lot for my mom to get to it. So I want to help them ease that stress. And apart from that, they are absolutely talented people in various areas, and it would be my greatest pleasure to empower them with the right to, or connect them to those fields, like starting talent hunts, or maybe skill programs, you know, like where they can learn either sewing, like fashion designing, bead making, or different craft works, just so that apart from their education, I don't want them to say the government is not employing us, but you have a skill and a talent that should pay you back. And so I'm gonna see how to invest in them in this aspect, so they can be resourceful and therefore reduce the crime rates in Port Harcourt. I know it's not gonna be easy, but I'll try.
How do you intend to raise funds for that?
Well, for starts, I have started a few underground walk. I'm gonna see how I can reach out to the NFB, the National Federation for the Blind. I see how they help people with visual impairment or blindness, so I'm gonna reach out to them to see how they can join me to push this dream forward. And also I hope to work with MTN for a private partnership, Coca-Cola, Techno, and many other organizations like the governments, the Ministry of Social Welfare.
Okay.
I know they have access to some materials that will be so easy for me to get my hands on. So I hope to meet with the commissioner soon, and maybe the governor, and many more. From there, we'll raise funds and other things that I will unveil as time goes by.
We'll ask you this question. It's about our final question.
Okay.
But I know you like to say a few words to your mom, yeah?
Certainly.
So can you say some words to her?
Okay. Well, to my beautiful, amazing, strong, super mother. I don't know how much strength I have left in me to say these words without crying.
It's
but
okay,
I'll try.
you can cry too.
But I want to say you are the best mom. I may not show sometimes, you know, as a youth now, I want to show small.
No.
But you are the best. I may not say or show, but you are not just the best. In my next life, if I'm given that chance to come back, you be my mom all the way. Even though I run from the scolding, she is amazing. She has made me this woman that I'm fearless, strong, I'm ready to push. I see my mom struggle a lot, ready to do whatever it takes to get me where I am. And from her, I learned how to, you know, be hardworking. I never want to stay at a place and just rely on people. I want to make sure that I'm earning for myself. That's from my mom, you know, being capable to be a better person. It has always been my mom. When dad left till now, she has been both my mother, my father, my best friend, my dance partner, my sister and brother. I don't know how she's doing it, because I know me myself, despite how I smile, I'm going through a lot inside, but I don't show. But she's always keeping it in, making sure that she doesn't show the world her weakness. Though I know she runs to the room to cry. Thank you. I know she goes to the room to cry sometimes. I do see her do that. But she comes out strong, showing the world that don't come close to my daughter and mess with her, because to get to my daughter, you must go through me. She has always been supportive. Even when nothing was there, my mother is ready to sell all she has or give all that she got. Stay hungry for me, stay without clothes for my sake. She can stay like without shoes on her feet, but her daughter will put on the best and stand out to the world, because she feels if her daughter is doing well and looking beautiful, then she's beautiful. If her daughter is filled, then she's also okay. And I don't know what else I would want for a mother than a perfect mother like you. I want to say I love you, and I pray to God to make you more proud and to be a better woman. And someday, when you're old, I pray you can look back and say, I'm glad that I gave birth to you, and I'm proud to be your mother. These are the few words I can say. I'm sorry, I'm so emotional.
Well, welcome back. We know that yourself, wherever you are watching this, you shed a tear or two. And this is okay, by the way. It's okay to shed a tear or two. Favour, just one last question. We've had a very fantastic time.
Okay.
I myself have learnt a lot from you. And I know that every person who will be watching this will learn a thing or two. Will be inspired, because often at times we seem to be easily overwhelmed, whereas, that's why the Bible says, count your blessings, name them one by one. It will surprise you what the Lord has done. I believe that there are lots of young women out there who should be counting their blessings even at this time. Young women, mothers, siblings. It's a whole lot. But that's okay. This is life. I'll ask you a last question. We had loads and loads of questions for you, but we like to do it the natural way, which is what we have done without preempting you. What do you know for sure? You take a breath. You take a deep breath. What do you know for sure? It's our signature question. What do you know for sure?
Okay.
It's okay. You can take a few minutes to think about it. It's not WAEC.
Well, I would say one thing I do know for sure is we all have hope. This is one thing I stand for. There is hope out there, even though we don't see it. It may not show, but one thing is for sure. That thing that seems so impossible will come true someday. Maybe delayed, maybe you go through storms, but those storms are to build us, to make us who we are, to make us strong, better people. But you will get there. Like I always say, there is hope in disability. It's not about being impaired, being disabled. There's so many impairments. It could be financial, marital, whatever. There is ability. We can all break through. There is a light, a bright light at the end of a tunnel. We all just need to see it. It's not a physical tunnel. It's just the challenges we face. The bright light is looking at the beautiful side of our future, the better tomorrow, and walk towards it. One thing is to see it. Another thing is to do it or walk towards it. We need to strive hard to get there. And God help us, we will get there.
All right. Well, I did tell us that this was going to be an emotional one. It was an emotional one for me, reading through her profile, hearing about her story, reading through her profile. I somehow guessed that you were going to shed a tear or two. But at the end of the day, what do we see? The face of resilience. When you talk about resilience, this is the face of resilience. And she has said one thing she knows is that hope will always come true. Hope will always come true. Even the good book tells us that we should, cast not your hope. It has great reward of recompense, great recompense of reward. This is Eveafrique Lifestyle. Follow us on all our online channels. We enjoy bringing the Niger Delta story. Today we have brought to you the very first Nigerian and indeed African visually impaired beauty queen. Nowhere in the continent is it recorded. She is the first one, to be so recorded, to be visually impaired, still go to a beauty camp, survive it, do the contests, and come out a winner. Thank you. As you are inspired in your own world, thank you for watching. Thank you for staying strong. Be inspired.